Hi, I'm Helen, founder of Tots. Thanks so much for joining me for this introduction to Tots and our franchise opportunity. I'll talk more specifically about that in a few minutes, but before we get to that, let's take a moment to explore what it is that brings you to be with me here today. If you're anything like me, family is your first priority and the most important thing in your life. But that doesn't mean that being a parent has to be the only thing you want your life to be about. Whether you're working now or thinking about life after maternity leave, you've likely spent years building your career, developing your skills and experience, and that's a part of you too. What I see happen all the time, though, is that there comes a point in time where these two things, working life and family life, kind of collide, and you feel you have to sacrifice one for the other, or perhaps find yourself in a constant state of stress trying to juggle them both. What worked for you once, for whatever reason, doesn't work for you now. The very fact that you're here tells me that there's something about your life that you'd like to change. So tell me, what's brought you here today? Do you feel you're at a point in your life where you need to find a new way? Are you maybe feeling torn between work and family? Perhaps needing a new challenge or sense of purpose, or just have a strong sense that something needs to change. Maybe you're wondering what you can do to get the lifestyle you really want. I'd love to know what it is for you. Is it one of those? Or maybe something else? There's no right or wrong answer, but there's something that's brought you here today, so do let me know what that is. If I have one message to share with the world, it's that you don't have to stay stuck. There's a famous quote by J.P. Morgan that says, "The first step to getting somewhere is to decide you're not going to stay where you are." So, if you're not going to stay where you are, where do you want to be? What's the picture in your head of the lifestyle that you really want? Is it about more time with your family? Work being something you enjoy and can feel passionate about, perhaps? Maybe having the flexibility to choose when and where you work? Or creating something for you? Or maybe you just don't want to have a boss to answer to. Perhaps it's something else entirely. What is it for you? Again, I'd love to know. Or just jot it down for yourself. And then the next thing to think about and really understand for yourself is why what you've just put down is important to you. What would it mean to you to achieve that lifestyle? Walking on the beach like the one in the previous slide as often as I can is certainly one of my goals. But above all, for me, starting my business was about being the mum I want to be, always there when my daughter needs me, and also a role model for her. It's also about creating a feeling of self-worth, of having created something for me and my family, and also inspired others. And then also about that feeling of being in control of my own life. So really knowing and understanding your why is so important, as that's what will keep you on track to reaching the goals that you set yourself. Again, jot down any thoughts you have about this as we go along. So, could running your own business provide the solution and allow you to move towards that new lifestyle that you'd like for yourself and your family? It can certainly provide the flexibility to work when, where and how much you want. The option to choose the type of work that you enjoy and provide a great service for others too. The opportunity for you to benefit from the work you put in rather than others. And a business can adapt, change and grow as your needs and those of your family do too. But it's not that easy, is it? You've no doubt got bills to pay, commitments that take your time, and all those years of training and experience you put into your career that you don't want to feel like you've wasted. It will be so much safer to keep doing what you're doing, because it's what you know, right? I completely understand, and it's really natural to feel that way, because that's the way we've been programmed our whole life, isn't it? I grew up hearing the same messages over and over, and I'm guessing that you did too. Get a good education, work hard, get a good job, push to get ahead, and keep going until it's time to retire. I was sold the idea that that's what it took to be successful, and that happiness would surely follow. Well, let me tell you a bit about how that worked out for me. So I followed that pattern for a while, got the education leading on to graduate and management jobs. By the standards I'd been told to aim for, I was doing okay. But the problem was, I never really got those feelings of success or happiness. There was always something about blindly pursuing those goals that didn't feel right, and what I was doing every day just didn't feel authentic to who I was. Not knowing any other way, though, I kept going. Looking back now, getting more and more stressed and unhappy, and continually wondering what was wrong with me. Every day, every week, every year that went by chipped away at my self-esteem, leaving me feeling that however hard I worked, I would never measure up to not only the expectations put on me at work, but those I had for myself. I was doing what I was told I should do. Why wasn't it working? The only answer I could come up with was that the problem must be with me. Then I had my daughter, and I knew things had to change. Not only did I not want to go back to a job that would keep me away from her all day, but I knew I couldn't show up and be the parent I wanted to be to her if I continued to feel the way that those jobs had made me feel. I made the decision to break away from what had gone before and start a business. It hasn't always been easy, and it took some time to rebuild my confidence and self-belief. But do you know what I discovered through that business? That while it had its challenges, I not only enjoyed it, but I was actually good at it. I found and developed skills I didn't know I had. I learned new ones, and I got to know myself and what my strengths were. Not only that, but the business provided me with the flexibility I wanted to be able to work around my daughter, and within a couple of years I was making more money than I had been in my full-time job, but working far less hours. I slowly started to realise that there wasn't anything wrong with me. I just needed a different environment in which to thrive. Fast forward 15 years or so, and I not only have a successful business that allows me the freedom and flexibility I was looking for, but I've been able to help over 50 other women from a range of different backgrounds to set up and run a business that works for them and their families too. And getting to do that is such a privilege. But I wouldn't have been able to do any of that if I hadn't made that initial decision to break out of what I was expected, out of the pattern I knew, and take a different path. Of course, your journey may be different. You may have had a career that you loved and worked perfectly for you, until it didn't anymore. That's the situation our franchisee Gemma found herself in after 15 years of primary teaching. She was at a point where she was spreading herself so thinly that she felt unable to give her best either at work or at home, and every day was becoming a struggle. This is what she had to say about making the decision to leave. Teaching was a fabulous career for 15 years until it simply didn't fit anymore. I had my own little girls and got stuck in a mum guilt trap. I'd spent every working day feeling guilty that I was at work and I had things going on, so I was missing those precious first milestones and hearing about them second or even third hand. And teaching part-time hasn't helped either, because I swing between feeling guilty about not being at work and being guilty about not being at home. Her business now allows her to continue to pursue her passion of supporting children and families, but gives her the time and headspace for her own daughters too. Believe me, I know how easy it is to dismiss the idea of doing something new because your confidence has been eroded by all the things that life has perhaps thrown at you, or because your current role is all you've ever known. To stay in a situation or repeat a pattern that no longer works for you, simply because it's what you know or because it fits the definition of success you were conditioned to go after. It feels safe. It's what's expected of you. Or perhaps you feel like you don't know how to define yourself outside the label that your job role or profession gives you. But that job or past experience is not who you are, and it doesn't need to define your future. At any point you can make a new decision. A decision to redefine what success means to you. A decision that's not based on the expectation of others, on what you've been told to believe, or on fear of the unknown, but that's true to you. A decision to step away from the programming and the labels and really get clear on what makes you happy and what you want from your life. A decision to take control of your future. Our franchisee Kate had to make that decision a few years back. She had trained and was working as an accountant, but it was a role she was never really happy in. After having her first daughter and bringing her to classes, she started to see that a different future was possible.
I love Tots. I absolutely love my job. Before this I was in the corporate environment. Didn't really suit me at all. Had my daughter, joined Tots. I came to the classes prior to that as well. Joined Tots. It's just changed my life. Honestly, it's changed my life. I get to see my children a lot more. I've had another daughter since. It's just worked around my family, and I love working with the mums. I love working with the dads, the grandparents, the kids. It's fantastic.
franchisee Charlotte was becoming more and more disillusioned with the education system that she had worked her way up to head of department of a secondary school within. This, along with trying to juggle her workload around a young family, brought her to look for a change. She now not only has the flexibility to work the hours that suit her, but feels inspired and excited about her working life again.
When I went back to teaching after my second maternity leave, I found it really difficult because I was only seeing the kids for 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night, and it was really rushed. And Zachary had started school, so I wanted to be able to do all of the reading and that kind of thing with him. So it's about my work-life balance, really. It wasn't working for me anymore. My attention was being pulled in too many different directions, and I didn't feel like I was doing anything particularly well. So that was my main reason, was my own personal work-life balance. But on top of that, I also didn't really like what had happened to the exam systems in the school. I didn't enjoy it anymore. And I really wanted to find something that was going to use my skill set but bring the fun element back that I missed, that I felt like I'd lost in my teaching, really.
So, could running a business be for you? It certainly isn't for everyone, and being a business owner does require a different way of thinking than being an employee. As a business owner, you need to be prepared to work hard, be able to motivate yourself, and willing to take action. With no boss to answer to, the results you get will be up to you and the time and the effort you put in. Being a business owner isn't always smooth sailing, so you need the resilience to withstand the inevitable ups and downs that come with it. A strong support network really helps here, as does having the determination and drive to grow and develop a thriving business and a willingness to tackle the challenges that go with this head on. You also need to have a passion for and a strong belief in what the business you're going into does, and a desire to provide the very best service and experience for your customers. When you love what you do, everything will come far more easily, and it's a lot more fun. If you recognise yourself in those traits and are clear on what you want to get out of running a business, it can be the absolute best way to take control of your future, achieve the goals you set yourself, and create the lifestyle you want. If you've never run a business before, I know it can seem like a daunting prospect. Many people I talk to like the idea of running their own business and can see the benefits it will bring, but have no idea how to get started. And that's where a franchise can be the perfect solution. The Tots franchise is what's known as a business format franchise, which is an agreement giving you the rights to use our tried and tested business model, systems and brand identity to set up and run Tots classes and services in an area exclusive to you at times you choose on a self-employed basis. You become part of a wider network of business owners under the same brand and have access to continued support and guidance as part of this. There's a one-off investment to purchase the franchise, which also covers your training and equipment starter pack, and you then pay a simple flat rate fee each month once you've completed your training. Customers pay you directly for the classes and services you provide, and that's how you get your income. A franchise, therefore, gives you the opportunity to be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Rather than having to come up with a new idea and not know whether or not it will work, you can have confidence in starting a business with a proven track record, providing a service that people already know, like, and are willing to pay for. And this is a big part of the reason that franchises generally have a success rate of around 90%, compared with around 15% for businesses started from the ground up. The program, training, systems and structures are all in place. So rather than having to figure all those things out for yourself, you simply need to focus on delivering a great service and growing your customer base. What's more, you benefit from the combined experience of both a head office team and network of franchisees, all doing the exact thing you are, all of which substantially shortcuts the journey from thinking about starting a business to be up, running and making a profit. To start any business, there will need to be an investment of both time and money. With a franchise, the proven business model, infrastructure and support mean that you can be sure that your time will be focused doing the things that will bring a return on your investment much more quickly than going it alone. And having a network of franchisees around you makes it a lot less lonely and a lot more fun too. If you know your working life needs to change, and when thinking about a different future, starting a business appeals to you, a franchise may prove the ideal way to achieve this. So, if you know you want to make a change, feel like running a business could be a good solution, but would also like the support and benefits of being part of a franchise, then you need to choose the right franchise for you. You probably have a bit of an idea of what we do at Tots Play, but let me give you a quick overview and a little of the history and ethos behind it. As mentioned previously, and like many others who've sought a change of career, having my daughter and wanting the flexibility to be there for her as much as possible was what led to my journey into the world of preschool activities. I started by running music focus classes, and the business did well. I always enjoyed exploring different ways of playing with my little girl though, but found most groups and classes I tried with her focused on just one thing, or that what I wanted to do just wasn't available. There was certainly nothing that brought all the elements I was interested in together. As she grew, I started to learn more about play and development and did lots of research and training around these different ideas. Long story short, after selling my first business, I decided to take all the experience I had of running classes and being a mum, and the best of all I had learned, to put together a new program, and so Tots Play was born. Here's a quick clip you may have seen, but that shows a bit more of what we're about. Tots Play is a multi-activity developmental play program for babies and toddlers. It's a place where you and your little one can spend special time together, playing, learning, laughing, and enjoying this amazing time in your lives. Perhaps you've been wondering what type of class to try. Baby massage, maybe a yoga class. How about sensory play, sign language, music or physical play? Now you don't need to choose. With Tots Play, you get all these experiences and more from one fun-filled program. Classes are also a great place to meet other parents and children of a similar age, and you can pick up lots of ideas for playtimes at home too. Tots Play has been carefully designed to provide not only a wide variety of age-appropriate learning experiences for your child, but exciting interactive play sessions that you'll enjoy too. Tots Play is also one of the few programs that offers classes for very young babies, and for new mums ready to get out and meet new people and wanting to make the most of their often short maternity leave from work while doing something fun with their baby. This is invaluable. They are then able to continue through the different stages of the program as their baby grows, meaning parents often stay with you for many months or years and then bring their next child along. Parents are also encouraged to continue to play with their child at home using the ideas and resources that Tots Play provides, and the sale of these resources offers an additional stream of revenue for your business. As a franchisee, you'll be able to offer our program of classes and services suitable for babies and toddlers from birth to 4 years. Within the program, each class is tailored to a particular stage of development. The Baby Development course is our 6-week course especially for babies from birth to 6 months, and sets the foundation for the Tots Play program. New parents tell us that they are often unsure how to play with their baby. They worry that baby will get bored with the same few activities, or that they're not doing the right things to stimulate their child's development. They're also seeking a safe space to connect with other parents with babies of a similar age, and a support network to help them through the ups and downs of life with a newborn. Our Baby Development course is designed to support them with all these things and more. The course covers a range of play and development activities that are easy to do and suitable even for very young babies, including baby massage, baby yoga, baby sign language, calming activities, tummy time techniques, sensory play and more, and includes a workbook and music tracks to encourage parents to continue the activities at home. Many of our customers start by completing the Baby Development course and then move on to joining us at our weekly baby play class, Discovery Tots. Discovery Tots is for babies from around 8 weeks old up to the time they're actively crawling, and is a place for parents to enjoy special playtime with their baby each week, singing, stretching, bouncing, exploring and playing together. No 2 classes are the same, and there are so many things for their babies to experience each week that mums often tell us that their baby sleeps very well after their Discovery Tots session. Discovery Tots complements and builds on the activities included in the Baby Development course, and is a great way for parents to continue to enjoy favourite activities and learn new ones. But it's not necessary to have attended Baby Development to enjoy Discovery Tots. Social Tots sessions involve a variety of movement, music, play and sensory activities designed for older babies and younger toddlers, between around 8 months and 2 years, for whom everything is an adventure and the whole world is waiting to be discovered. It can be tricky to keep these little explorers still for long, so activities are kept short and interactive, meaning there's never time to get bored or fidgety. Both structured activities and free play are important for development at this age, and Social Tots combines these perfectly, with each weekly class jam-packed full with fun and learning. For those aged 2 and over who are ready to move on from Social Tots, Action Tots is the place to be. This fast-paced class incorporates all the key elements of the Tots Play programme, but with more focus on physical play, and is all about being active, having fun, and learning new skills. Action Tots takes the Tots Play programme all the way up to the age of 4 and is great preparation for starting school. From early riding skills on our toddler-sized balance bikes to learning how to stretch and relax with simple yoga and massage, Action Tots is designed to boost body awareness, confidence, fitness and social skills, with lots of opportunity for parent and child to laugh and play together. In addition to our classes, you can also choose to offer Tots Play parties, sessions in nurseries and other settings, and sell a variety of play resources to your customers, all of which can add extra revenue streams for you and help to build your business further. We provide full training and support for you to make sure you're fully prepared not only to run classes that people want to keep coming back to, but the business too. Plus, with a franchise, you gain a brand new family, with that support coming not only from our head office team, but also from our network of franchisees across the country and beyond, all of whom have been on that same journey to business owner. Much of the training is online or done remotely, but there's also a practical element where you come along to our headquarters in Newport in South Wales for 3 days to really embed your learning, so you'll be confident to go out and launch your new business successfully and profitably. Let's meet a few more of our franchisees, explaining how their lives have changed since starting their Tots Play business.
Since starting Tots Play, my life has really changed. It's given me time back with my children so that I can be the mum that I want to be. I've made friends, I've made colleagues, and the really important thing to me is that I feel like I'm really making a difference to children and babies' lives, helping them with their physical and emotional development and that lovely bonding time that's so special in those early days.
Since I've started Tots Play, my life has changed by I am now able to do the school run. My little boy's in reception, so I can now pick him up from school and drop him off, and it's just really, really lovely to pick him up and just see his big beaming smile come running towards me to tell me all about his day at school. I also have a 9-month-old daughter, so I get lots and lots and lots of time with her, and running the classes too also gives me lots of ideas of things that I can do with her at home as well. It just provides lots of flexibility. I now have a job that works around my life rather than my life having to work around my job. So yeah, it's just amazing.
My life has changed in a positive way. I feel like I can spend a lot more time with children. I've always been interested in working with babies and the educational side, and now I can put my own spin on things, so I really enjoy creating all the different things I do each week and having the independence and using my own time wisely. I really enjoy the lifestyle I have now, and I look forward to growing further within Tots Play.
My life has changed so much. I enjoy what I do, I enjoy helping people, and I feel like I'm really making a difference to other families and the area in general. So it's the best job ever.
To take account of the different circumstances and preferences that people come to us with, we have 3 packages to choose from when joining the franchise. Here's a quick recap of what they are. There's our Birth to Crawlers package, which allows you to run just our baby development and discovery tots classes, and that has an initial investment of £4,995. Our Birth to 2 package allows you to run the baby classes and then also our social tots classes and parties, and the investment for this one is £5,495. And then our full package is our Birth to 4 package, and this allows you to run the full Tots Play programme, including Action Tots classes, nursery sessions and sessions in other settings. And this has an investment of £5,995. So what could you earn? This will of course depend on how many classes you run per week and how many customers attend, but it's entirely possible and common to earn between £50 and £80 per class. And the slide shows a few different potential income levels depending on how big you want to grow your business to be. It does take time to establish and grow your business to the point where your classes are consistently full, so you do need to account for some costs and a lower income in the early stages of establishing and growing your business. But the figures you see here are absolutely achievable if you are willing to put the necessary time, effort and energy into your business, and are actually just the beginning. In essence, what you earn will be down to you, but we'll be with you every step of the way to help you achieve the goals you've set yourself. And unlike a standard paycheck, those earnings are limited only by you and the vision you create for yourself. So could you be our next franchisee? Well, you don't need any specific qualifications or experience to run our classes. It does take a special person to be part of the Tots Play family. You'll need to have a passion for working with children and families, the determination, self-motivation and drive to grow and develop a thriving business, and a willingness to tackle all the challenges that go along with it. You must be friendly, approachable and a great communicator and have the energy, enthusiasm and confidence to lead a group. If you're also organised, reliable, willing to work hard and love to have fun, then this could be the perfect business for you. If this sounds like you and you love the idea of what we do at Tots Play, then we'd love to have you join us. I know there's a lot to think about when considering a change of career, and I've only been able to give you a quick overview here today. But if there is something about your current situation that no longer works for you, or you just know you need a change, my simple message to you is that you do have choices, and making the change really is possible. Even if life has worn you down and you're struggling to believe that there's more out there for you, or even if you deserve it, I promise that there is, and that you do. If you're waiting for the perfect time to make the change you know you need, then I'm also here to tell you that that magical perfect time simply doesn't exist. And if you continue to wait for it, then you'll blink and find another year, another 5 or 10 have gone by when nothing changes. Years you can never get back. The change that's right for you might be one big leap or a series of smaller steps, but there will always be a reason to wait if you look for one. And that's the biggest reason of all, not to wait. Another of my favourite sayings, I have a few of them, is that when you really want something, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. So if there are already a million reasons as to why this couldn't work for you jumping into your head, then take a moment and really examine if they're actually true, or simply an excuse to avoid jumping into something that will be new to you, but that could actually bring you closer to the lifestyle we talked about at the start. Once you commit to a new path, there's always a way to make it work. But you don't need to do it alone. We're here to help and support you every step of the way. So perhaps I can ask you to consider something else. What if you don't change your current situation? What would that mean for your family? What would it mean for you? How would you feel if this time next year, or in 2 or 5 years' time, nothing had changed and you were still in the same place you are now? So my final question is, are you ready to take control of your future? Demand for our classes continues to increase, and parents are understanding the value of activities for the little ones and appreciating the opportunity to meet other parents even more than before. So there really has never been a better time to start a Tots Play business. There's so much more to tell you about, but I hope that started to give you a flavour of what the Tots Play franchise programme is all about, and provided some food for thought about what you want for yourself, your family and your future. If, from what you've seen and heard so far, you think the franchise might be a good fit for what you're looking for, and you a good fit for us, then the next step is to get to know each other a bit better. I have lots more information to share with you about what the franchise entails and how it works, and each step in the process towards joining us is designed to ensure all your questions are answered and you have all the details you need to make an informed decision. So there's never any obligation or pressure at any stage along the way. If you'd like to explore this opportunity further then, simply get in touch to arrange an initial informal chat by following the link provided, and we can just take things one step at a time from there. There are also lots of ways to get a feel for what we're all about and get any initial questions answered in the meantime, including our website, social media accounts and Facebook group, just for those thinking about a Tots Play franchise. So it will be great to connect with you there too. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you found the information useful and look forward to getting to know you better, answering your questions and perhaps welcoming you to the team in the not too distant future.